We'll see. We'll see.
If you want to go live on my channel, let me know.
Sweet. Okay. I'll just keep trying. See what I can do to get it to work. Thanks for your help, though. Love you. Bye. I don't know why it's not working. Shoot, dang. What in the world? What? Is it working? What in the world? Oh, it's going. Okay. Huh. It's not showing it on my main screen, but I saw it on my phone, so. What's up, everybody? Sorry about that. I was ready just like 5 minutes after 2 o'clock, and I got in, was putting all my information in, and then it kept saying that it wasn't going to load. I checked my Wi-Fi connection, everything looked good. It said it was like posted, but it wasn't doing anything. So I was just super confused. Yeah, it was so, I don't know, technology, man. I called Amanda. I was like, help me, please. Nice. Okay, well, it's working now, so that's sweet. Nice. Welcome, everyone. Sorry, it looks like you guys have been here for a while. This chat already has a ton of things going on. Happy Easter, everyone. I don't know if the chats are going to work for me because it keeps showing that it's loading, and it shows some of them, but half of my screen, it's not showing like my camera and stuff like it normally does. So I can't see myself. I can't tell what's going on. But where I look at it on my phone, it looks like it's working. So I'm just going to go with that. Yeah, sorry. A lot of you guys are saying that it's just blank. I don't know. I feel like I'm not the best with technology. That was annoying. I was like stressing out too. I was like, I'm supposed to be live like 20 minutes ago. Just freaking out. And then apparently I have no idea when it started. So I don't know if I was like freaking out in front of you guys or what you guys saw. But I finally got a text from Amanda and she was like, it's working. I can see you. So I pulled it up on my phone and I can tell it's working now. But welcome everyone. Heck yeah. Nice. Today, I wanted to kind of share a little bit of an update from last time because that's like what everybody's talking about. I was able to meet up with Jacob and we had a really good conversation again. I'm hoping if he's here, I want to like reach out to him and let him know. Last time we talked, we roughly talked about doing a video together, and I want to invite him onto one of my lives again as well. But we never confirmed anything. So if you're out there, Billy Bob, let me know when a good time would be that we can like meet up or something. Just reach out to me. You have my number. So yeah, it was really fun. I think he's kind of like an inspiration for a lot of people. He was very brave. He's young and he was still willing to kind of like make his own path in life, make his own decisions. And I think it's really cool, even though I'm sure Jacob had a lot worse, but a lot of us got a ton of angry order members kind of like reaching out to us and like just getting really mad, being upset that we are just sharing his story. And it's kind of shocking because it's his story. I feel like it's a good thing. And I was happy to be able to be there and be a part of helping him to share his story. And so I was actually really shocked when so many of the order members got super upset, and they were just trying to like basically tell me that I'm ruining people's lives and that my YouTube channel is just basically bad. And I was like, no, hold on a minute. There's no way. I feel like for my purpose of it, for my end, is to be able to help give a voice to those that don't. And the order is trying to shut it down, I feel like, because they're able to say their end and they can describe it however they want. But then when we go out and we share what we feel like is the truth so that people can see both sides of the story, that upsets them. And I feel like that shouldn't. Everyone should have a right to be able to share their side of the story and to feel like they have a voice. How sad is it that there's so many people that do end up just feeling like they can't share their side of the story, and everyone doesn't know what really happened, or they only hear one side of it and things like that. And it's tough. I think it's hard. And even this is just one channel. Like, I guess this is mine and Amanda's. This is only one way for people to reach out and share their story, and it's hard. I feel like there's not enough ways for people who are the actual victims or who are going through these things to be able to share and get their side of the story out there, but also to feel like they're being heard and help people to understand from their point of view as well. And so I'm just super grateful that I'm able to do that. And I know my family's a little bit upset at me and everything, but I just want anyone to know, like, this, I'm not doing this to try and hurt anybody. It's not like I'm going and trying to cause a big old ruckus or like cause fights or anything like that. It's all for the purpose of being informal and helping people to share their story, and so that everyone feels like they can share, their part of it, so we can all, so nobody has to feel like they are being lied about and they can't share what they know to be the truth. A lot of order members, they're not going to believe that, and that's okay. But to hold up kind of my end of that, I reached out to, I'm not going to say who, but I did reach out to one of the numbered men and asked if there could be a spokesperson to kind of, in a way, represent the order. And this was hard, you guys, because this is when all the heat went. Everyone's kind of mad at me, and they're like super mad at Amanda and I. And so it was really hard for me to go to them and just be like, okay, can I just talk with you for a minute? Like, let's like be civil about this. And it was interesting. I think I'm going to make a whole video about it, because essentially just the summary of it is they did respond. They said it would have to be a numbered man, and they told me who it would most likely be, the spokesperson to represent the order. And I was like, okay, that's awesome. So could I have them like on my channel? And it's like, it won't be like, I don't know exactly how I was going to do it, but I just told them, I just want to let you guys know that, like, I'm not being biased. I'm not trying to just like attack you guys or anything. I'm just trying to bring everything that you guys are doing out in the open. And if you guys are supposedly a good, righteous organization, that shouldn't matter, because you guys shouldn't be doing things illegal. You guys shouldn't be having to hide stuff. And as soon as I kind of went through some of the questions I was going to ask and wanted responses on, then he was like, no, we would never want to go publicly about that and all that stuff. And I was like, well, shoot dang. I guess that's the answer. They just don't. He did kind of say their only publicity they want is their website. And I thought that was kind of interesting, because they it's so weird. They want to be public and like invite people to join them and yada yada, but they don't want too much to be public. I feel like, I guess, I don't know. They want to be very specific about what they share and actually show, which to me, that just looks like you're hiding something. And I mean, I personally believe they do have a lot to hide. I know Amanda, she shares a lot of the things that come to her and that we are all shocked about. Just if you guys watched her live today, oh my goodness, it was like I was getting surprised, and then something bigger happened, and then I would just be completely shocked at some of the things that we've been finding out about it. And it's just crazy. It's pretty wild for sure. Anyways, okay, well, enough about that, because I really do want to do a video about it going into detail. And so I'm going to be working on that. But it's really hard. I don't even know for sure if I'll be able to come out with the video, because I'm still trying to see just kind of, I don't know. see if I can convince them to at least do something. I don't care that much if there needs to be like the person in one of my lives or anything, but I want to hear what their responses would be, basically. But anyways, let's go back. Thanks for joining, everybody. Welcome, Lulu. Welcome, Emma, Naomi. We got a lot of familiar faces. I think that's really cool. While I was waiting, I was eating a bunch of gummies. See, I can't see my camera, so I don't know where it's at, but I was just eating. I don't know if it's showing a good view or not. I don't even know if it's showing me. I might be like really blurred or something. But I was stress eating on some gummy bear snacks. But they're really good. I got a lot of candy for Easter, so oh yeah, happy Easter, everyone, by the way. If let's see, what else do I want to bring out? What's up, Dominic, Scarlett, Julie, Caitlin, Anthony, Jennifer? Welcome back, everybody. I always feel like I should say something in the comments because on Amanda's channel, I'm like putting a bunch of stuff into the comments and everything. It's super fun. I like interacting with you guys, but then I forget I gotta be saying something when I'm doing my own lives. So one big thing that I want to bring up is the next week's live. I don't know if I named mine correctly, but this is my 9th live. So next week is going to be my 10th live, and I'm finally going to become monetized, you guys. So I'm excited about that. It took me forever because you have to get 4,000 hours of watch time or something like that. And I finally just got over that. So I know it's thanks to all of you guys. I know some of you guys said you watched my videos on repeat and just try to put a bunch of time on the videos, and so I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. I'm super excited though. It's going to be my 10th live and then my sister Amanda's 20th live. So we want to try to make something special out of it. We're going to create a mug. She wants us both to kind of paint things for it and customize it. I'm a little bit worried because I'm not an artist like my sister, and so my half of the mug might look kind of funny, but she really wants me to, and I think it'll be a cool idea. So we're both going to kind of like add our little pieces to it and customize it and make a really cool looking mug. And whoever is actually on the live during the time of the raffle or whatever next week, then we're literally just going to take whoever's like replying to comments and like interactive in the video next week. We're going to put down all of their names and put it in like a hat or a bowl or something and pull it out. And whoever gets it, we'll send the mug to you and you'll win a free mug. So yeah, look forward to that next week. I wish we were organized enough to say what time it's going to be next week because I know everyone's schedule's all over the place and it's hard to make it to these lives all the time. But we are also always all over the place. So it's really hard to say. Most likely, I feel like it's super common for us to have our lives somewhere between 2 and like 6 is the times that I feel like are the most often, most likely that it'll work out. But yeah, just click the little bell and it should notify you once we go live. So yeah. That's something to look forward to. That's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. Now I understand what candy is. Sweets, LOL. Sorry, I was confused then. Oh yeah, you must be from Europe or something. I know there's certain places around the world they just say sweets for all types of like candies and stuff like that, and which makes sense because they're sweets, and I feel like it's pretty similar. But yeah, we say candy here. How are you mentally, Eskel? Put yourself first. Thank you, Emma. I feel like I'm doing really good. I don't know. I mean, nothing super crazy has been happening to me. I feel like I'm kind of used to my family going back and forth, being upset at me and not. And it's funny, when I say my family, sorry, I should really specify because it's not like my siblings or anything. My siblings are awesome. I flipping love them. They always welcome me with open arms. I was able to go and see my younger brothers and younger sisters and was able to tell them like a happy Easter and visit with them. And like, my siblings don't have this huge separation. Oh, he's an outsider, this and that. My siblings are awesome. They're young, they're so pure of heart, and they just always love me and welcome me. It's my parents. It's my parents that are the ones that are very controlling, the ones that have to create these rules and feel like they're in control of me being able to come over and like what kind of interactions I get to have and things like that. And yeah, so it's different. I don't ever want my siblings to think that I'm talking about them at all, because I love them a ton, and I feel like a lot of what I do with bringing this awareness is for them, and I want them to know that they can have a voice and that they've got so many opportunities, and it's up to them. It's their choice what they want to do with their life, and so I wish them the best, and I love them. So yeah, I just wish my parents weren't so controlling. That's all. But Eskel, you can watch artists on YouTube. That might help. Yeah, that's my goal. Since it's going to be pretty small, we're only doing one mug, so like I don't have to do anything huge, or like hopefully it won't be anything too elaborate that I'm doing. So I can watch videos, I can practice it a few times before I actually do the actual one that's going to go on the mug and stuff like that. So yeah, my art skills will hopefully improve a little bit from this. But there should be a law, unless you've done something bad, you should be able to see them. True. Well, yeah, definitely. I wish, if only we lived in a perfect utopia. But I'm very stubborn though. Even like I said, I went to go see my siblings to be able to tell them Happy Easter and at least be able to um, just to see them, even though it was a short period of time, even though I felt like my dad was glaring at me the whole time, and it was a little bit awkward. Like, I'm stubborn enough that I'm not just gonna stay away. I love being able to just kind of like, I don't know, make it work. And I don't know. I guess I feel like I do it in a way that doesn't necessarily cause a fight, even though I don't know, it's debatable if I because like my dad and I got in a heated argument, and I guess my mom a little bit too, and it sucks. That's why it's so annoying, because it's not only are they telling me I can't see my siblings, and then when I'm going to, no matter what, I'm gonna try because I love them and I want to go and see my siblings, and then they just give me a really hard time, and it's tough because I want to tell myself, oh, I can go and see my sibling. I just got to put up with fighting with my parents or whatever. But it's like, I also don't want my siblings to see me in that light. I don't want to have to be like arguing with my parents every time I go and see them. I don't want my siblings to feel kind of like bad when I come and see them and stuff like that. So it really does suck. And it's just the mentality that the parents have. And I don't know. It's super sad, but I just hope my siblings know that I'll do anything to be able to see them. So, yeah. Let's see. I never even went back all the way up these comments. So the video must have been going for like a good 20 something minutes, right? Before I even knew it was going. Oh yeah, I think this video even uploaded the wrong picture for the thumbnail. I don't know what is up with it, but anyways, okay. Let's see. Just heard it. Oh, nice. Let's see. Thanks, Jenny. Everyone hit the like button. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Well done. Now we understand what Canadian Truth is. Oh, maybe I did go back over some of these. Most of them all just saying what's going on. Yeah, I definitely need to do my homework, you guys. I'm sorry. I need to get better at figuring out how this YouTube stuff works. because I thought I was all super prepared and ready for it. Had everything set up before Amanda even finished her live, and then it just was taking forever. I think you showing up and continuing to try lets them know how much you care about them. It just may take some time for them to understand that as they get older. Exactly. You're right, Ashley. And I think that's my point. I feel like I've a little bit had to give up on my parents in a way because I'm not going to convince them anymore. And well, maybe there was no hope even to begin with, but I can't convince them that what I'm trying to do is not. I don't believe that it's bad, and I want them to see that it's not bad, but I don't think there's any way or there's nothing I can say or do. I feel like to help them to see my point of view because they've lived the way that they're living for so long, like 40 years or so, and they're just so convinced that that's the way that they're going to live their life. That's the way that it's meant to be, and so I can't really do much about their beliefs anymore, or hoping that they'll understand me or be able to relate to me in any way. So really, it's for my siblings, and yeah, I just want my siblings. I don't think I need to do much. Like my siblings just need to know that they have me to be able to connect with, that they have someone that wants to kind of be a voice for them, someone that's willing to do anything for them, that wants to be there for them, wants to help them, and wants to be a part of their lives. So that's all I got to do, even though I can't do it very often because of my parents, because I can't be there with them all the time. I feel like they understand that. We all know that the order is very controlling and that they restrict a lot of that stuff. But I think them seeing me make that effort and try, that alone is enough. And so that's what I try to do. If anything, they're going to know you will do anything as you have left and never forgotten them. There you go. That's true. And it was tough. When I first left, I went to Colorado. So I really didn't even get any opportunities to even go home and like visit them. Maybe like once a year and stuff like that. Hardly ever. Now that I'm back in Utah, for a while, I was going and visiting them all the time. I was there pretty often. And then with all of what happened recently, it's just become so much harder. And so that's been tough. But it motivates me. I feel like it makes me want to even more so do what I'm doing, I guess. Keep on sharing people's stories because it reminds me and shows me how strict the order is. Because it's like I've been away from it for so long, so sometimes I really do forget. I forget how crazy the order can be, and I don't know. I don't like going back and thinking about it all, but I feel kind of a little bit of an obligation or just a strong desire to want to be able to help, and so that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm not gonna let anyone stop me. That's for sure. And I don't know. It's really hard to describe it. It's interesting though, but it's okay. And I still want to be able to enjoy it though too. This YouTube channel, it's for me to express myself. I love sharing the videos with my own stories that I tell. I I have been taking a lot longer on them because I've been pretty busy, but I've also just been finding really fun, interesting stories that are happening in my life to be able to put on. Because to me, I really enjoy them. I love documenting, going through my journals, finding really fun, interesting things to share, and those have brought a lot of joy to me. So I'm still going to do those, but at the same time, I want to be able to bring awareness. I want to be able to share information, to let people be informed, and to kind of shed a light on this cult that is trying so hard to hide everything, and they shouldn't be. And so, yeah, that's definitely my goal. You're doing great at school. You're trying to change the future, something you guys are leading the way, and because you guys were the first to leave and document to help those who want to leave. Thank you, Lulu. That's so true. That's probably what gets me the most excited because we are paving a way. And that's why watching Jacob share his story, it just inspired me so much because he has lots of friends and you know that they are going to be thinking about him and it's going to make a big impact in their lives. And it's so rare that people his age, that young, make that bold of a step and do make changes in their lives and are confident enough in themselves to realize for themselves what they believe in, what they think is right and wrong. And he's definitely leading a path. And I'm so glad that Amanda and I are able to be a part of that and have a little bit of a platform for him to share his story on. So I think it's really cool. Have any of your siblings confided in you that they have thoughts of leaving or asking for your help to leave? That's a great question. Unfortunately, that's not anything that can be shared though, because this is live and in the order. I remember personally being in the order, and I would talk to some of my outside siblings, but I remember being like, you have to kind of put on a face. You have to act like you are a full dedicated member, because the moment that you don't, or the moment they think that you're going to leave, then you're treated completely differently. And it's just, I feel like it's so much harder to live your life in the order when everyone is your cousins, all of your friends all have kind of that expectation. And it's like your friendship with them is kind of, it's not unconditional. It's very dependent on your dedication to the order, and you can lose all of that. You can lose your job, you can lose your friends, you can lose any opportunities you have in your life when you're in the order. It can all be gone if you give any idea or any hints that you might be leaving. And so that kind of stuff, it's like, it's weird because you basically have to fake it. And then that goes along with that whole saying, you fake it till you make it. Sometimes I feel like you fake it in the order that you love it and that you're dedicated and you're so a part of it that it kind of starts becoming a part of you. And you do that your whole life. A lot of people, I feel like they don't even know anything else. And so whether they truly believe it or not isn't even the question to them anymore. It's just the fact that they're so used to being so dedicated and doing everything that they're told that they just keep doing it. And some of them, I bet, they just never stop. And that becomes their whole life. And it's kind of sad. But anyways, yeah. So some things are just, you just can't really talk about, and you just gotta live a bit of a fake life. I think that's why a lot of the people that leave the order, we appreciate like the raw, real personalities of people that don't act like they're putting on some sort of a face or an act, or just being different or acting in any way at all. We love people that are true to themselves, that are just real, because we've lived around so much that just felt fake, that felt like full of lies and pointless, that we appreciate so much to be able to just be ourselves, to say whatever we want, to have our own opinions. It's so sad to think that just having an opinion is just taken away from so many people. And I'm just so glad to have that. And yeah, that's something I value a lot. I just got back from Easter with the fam. So excited to see what you release in the future. Thanks, Kim. I'm glad you guys are looking forward to them too, because I enjoy making them. And a lot of the time I'm kind of thinking about you guys when I'm sharing them, because I want to know what, I guess, inspires people and what will be helpful, because I'm sharing my stories and my life examples, but sometimes it's not that great to just tell a story about one time when I climbed a tree or whatever, And so I'm trying to find stories that I enjoy sharing that will be inspirational, that will still catch people's attention, be interesting, and be helpful and positive, just to be a positive influence and yeah, to be interesting. But have you ever had a paddling as a punishment? It was super common in my religious community. Zoe, I feel like I've had much worse than a paddling. If you've watched my original How and Why I Left a Cult YouTube video, it was my first video I ever made, and I was horrible at editing. The music was all off. Everything was kind of weird. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was telling my story and sharing it. And what I think that video did really well is it showed kind of my emotion of what was so hard on me in the cult, because everyone is different. Everyone experiences different things when they're in the cult. And for me, the video explains how I felt like I was strong, and I felt like the cult was not going to bother me. I could be a part of it, and it was no big deal because I was strong. I could take beatings. I could handle it. It's whatever. I'll make the most of it because it's to get to heaven. And that's what I had thought. And it wasn't until I saw my siblings receiving the same beatings that I got that it made it so much more impactful and so much more important for me to get out of there and not be a part of that. And so for me, that kind of stuff did happen to me, and I'm sure it affected me in some ways that I probably don't even know. But what was the hardest on me was definitely seeing it happen to my siblings, and even just other people in the church, my own friends as well. And so it's crazy. But anyways, let's see. On a brighter note, there was a lot of people asking in Amanda's live about I guess just an update on Jacob. And I'm trying to do like a video and stuff, but it was really cool that he was able to get a few things from you guys. And I thought that was awesome. It was so cool to see how we were able to share some of his needs. And then almost immediately, I was shocked at how fast things got sent to Amanda's P.O. box and to us to be able to give to him. And it was awesome. He was really appreciative. They even did a little video on Amanda's Patreon, sharing like how grateful they were for everything that got sent to them. And yeah, it was awesome. I think they were also someone sent them like a longboard as well. And I thought that was really cool because I love longboarding. Recently I bought an electric longboard, and I love longboarding, but the electric longboard, when I first got it, I had very mixed feelings because I felt like it was gonna kill me. It's so fun though, and I have a really good one. It goes up to 20 miles an hour, and I use it to sometimes go up to the tracks to go up to the university because gas is getting so expensive. And so I ride that, and I'll just be like whipping around corners, and it's just so fun to go as fast as you can to get to wherever you need to. And when I go over to the tracks, though, I was going down, and I was going as fast as I could because I wanted to make it to the tracks in time. And if anyone rides the tracks, you have to go across the tracks, the actual rails, before you can get onto the train, I guess, whatever it's called. And I had gone, and with my regular longboard, I'd rode over the little tracks that they have because my tires were bigger. And so on this electric one I was going right over it at probably like 19 miles an hour, and the tires are slightly smaller, so they fit perfectly into the little crevice. And so as I was going across it, my tires went right into it and just instantly stopped, and I didn't stop. I just kept going, and I just tumbled, fell completely over, got scraped up pretty bad. And it was scary. I think that was probably one of the worst falls, but it was also, I felt like it was extra scary because I was on the tracks and I was rushing to try and get there before the tracks was coming. So the tracks was only a little bit ahead of me, and or the train itself. And so I had to go and wedge my board out and get out of the way. And it was really creepy. But anyways, I survived. I'm fine. And I learned a thing or two to do better at it. So I'm definitely not going to ride over those anymore. But yeah, that was fun. But I still love it, even though they can be scary. I think longboarding's a lot of fun, and so I hope to go longboarding with Jacob sometime. I think that would be cool. What else? Let's see. Did your family, you and Amanda's videos on YouTube? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Flinker, is there more to that maybe? Or maybe there's a comment up above that I didn't read. I think you and Amanda should do a video on the red flags that you're in a controlled family or religion. I want to say cult, but I guess it would offend people. I don't think cult is that offensive. I mean, the definition of a cult is really straightforward. A lot of organizations would be considered a cult. But I think that would be a really good idea. Making a video about the red flags. Because, yeah, I do feel like if you're raised in it your whole life, you don't necessarily know why it's a red flag or why it's could be harmful to you, I guess. And so I think that's really important. I think we've kind of done that, at least for order members, like red flags of why you should be like, I guess, concerned if you're an order member, or why you should consider questioning the leaders in the order and stuff like that. We've definitely done a lot addressed kind of like to order members, but I think you're right. There's ways that we can do a video to kind of share a more generalized version of that, to warn a lot of people if they might be in some kind of a cult that's harmful, or that if they're in any type of environment that's not good for them, how to notice those things and what to kind of look for, how to like question things and just stuff like that. I think that would be really cool. I really liked the videos Amanda did about the well, she did multiple videos on it, I guess, but she talked about the 10% form, the Form 6, different things that the order makes you sign and doesn't fully like clarify with a lot of the members. Just like that. Form 6 is essentially when you buy a house, and it's a paper giving the order full power, like full control over that property. Like you don't own it, the order does, and stuff like that. And that's very clearly a red flag, because they don't trust you. They don't want you to own it. They want control of it. And so it's essentially theirs. And yeah, so if anyone's trying to do that, they're probably going to be taking advantage of you. And I think stuff like that, it's to me, it's so obvious that like the order's trying to take advantage, that there's so many issues that they're doing, and that it's like they're not even trying very hard to like, I guess, compromise with their members. Be like, okay, we want to be reasonable, like we want to I don't know, have stuff, but like still give you some stuff or whatever. No, I feel like that's just so straightforward. Like we get all of it, we get full control, we are all that matters, kind of. And I feel like that's really sad. It kind of sucks, but and you would think it would make it pretty obvious to know that that's an issue, but it's not. And some people really do need to not only have it brought up to them so they can see and understand it, but a lot of the times people aren't aware. There's so many people that just live their life simply, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. I love being the idea of like the farmer lifestyle, where you just have a simple life. You just know what you do every day, you get things done, and then you're able to live your life. And you don't have to have a ton of stuff to do. You don't need necessarily worry about, I don't know, the rest of the world around you. You just kind of worry about yourself, do your own thing, and keep life simple, I guess. And I don't think that's a bad thing until the things that you are doing are affecting other people, or other people are trying to affect you. Then that's definitely an issue. And I feel like, I don't know, you have a little bit of an obligation, I guess, to figure out why the people around you are doing what they're doing. And if you are hurting them, why you're hurting them, and how you can change that, and things like that. And so, yeah, it's interesting. I'm definitely trying to think of even better ways to kind of like share analogies like that. Because one big topic or discussion that I had with one of the numbered men is I was talking to him and being like, how do you guys not see that it's different when you want to basically be within your organization and you want to say it's our religion, our freedom of religion, to believe whatever we want. And to some extent, I even believe that. Like you have the right to have a religion and keep your religious beliefs and believe what you want until it infringes upon other people. And the order doesn't get that last part. They think they can just believe whatever they want, and as long as it's in their little circle, then anything goes. And it's like, no, you can't do that. You can't just because you believe that all these crazy things and polygamy and incest and everything that you just want to believe is within your little circle, then it's fine. You can't do that when it's affecting all the people in there, even the young kids that don't even have a say in what they want to be a part of. And you think that you just have full control and being able to live and have control over that because it's just your own little circle, it's your own little religion, and you want your freedom of religion. But that's not the case. That's not how it actually works. And you don't have a right to control other people. And I mean, even, I don't know. Anyways, we had a whole long discussion about that, and I thought I shared some really good points, and I hope that they're still thinking about it, and I hope I did leave an impression. But it's just so hard to get through to someone that's lived a whole life, and I feel like consider the possibility of not being a part of the order. It would never, they don't know how to like put themselves into a non-member's shoes or to try and understand from someone else's perspective, because their whole life they live that way, and their parents have been involved in that and kind of believe that same way. So I feel like they're just so, I don't know, they are so stubborn, I guess. I don't know. It's just so hard. Started feeling like I was talking to a brick wall, honestly, because it was just like nothing would get through to them. They were very unsympathetic. They were just very like, they didn't care. All they cared was that they wanted what they wanted, and that's what they were going to get. And so it's hard to reason with someone that doesn't want to see from another perspective, that doesn't want to consider anything else, that would never even question if anything they're doing might be wrong. And it's like, okay, well, tough luck. But anyways, one of the worst falls I had on a longboard was so bad I got road rash everywhere. Ooh, dang, Kim, that sounds rough. Yeah, longboarding, biking, there's a lot of dangerous stuff that we're doing all the time. But what I think is funny is it makes me think of when my mom would be like, oh, don't do that stuff. It's so dangerous. It's like everything we do has a risk to it. It's like you might as well do the things you enjoy, because you can die driving in a car. You can die going anywhere, doing whatever. It's like you're probably going to get hurt one way or another. So just might as well enjoy it. Make the most of it. I'd rather live a short life that I am having fun and get to do the things that give me that adrenaline rush, rather than live to be 90 and just be cautious and worried all my life. It's like, no way, that's no fun. Speaking of adrenaline, though, I hope you guys are following me on my Instagram. I always have my Instagram posted in these videos, in the description underneath. But this just the other day, I think, yeah, Saturday, I went on this really cool hike. It's in Draper, Utah. And it's got this like bridge that like a lot of people are scared of. It's like suspension bridge or whatever, and it sways a ton, and it's up inside of like this, what is it, canyon, I guess? I don't know. It's up along the mountain, and I went and hiked up to it, and I got to the bridge, and it like wasn't. It felt good, and the view was beautiful, but it wasn't quite enough of an adrenaline rush for me. So I climbed up on top of the beams that are like built up to hold up the bridge and everything, and I took a selfie from the very top. And that was really fun. I posted the selfie on Instagram, and I added some cool music to it and stuff. But yeah, it was really fun. I enjoyed that. That gave me like my adrenaline rush for the week, so it made me feel good. I liked it. But yeah, I mean, I think it's on my story. Let me see if it's still there. But if you haven't seen it, you guys should go and check it out. My Instagram, someone was asking what's my YouTube channel, and I feel like it's super easy, you guys. All you gotta do is type in Eskel. It is, yeah, not very hard to find. My name is unique enough that it's pretty rare. There's other people that have it. Sometimes I'll only use my first name, Eskel, and there are a few other people with that name, because it is a Norwegian name. There's even a video game in Norway called Eskel and stuff like that. And so, yeah. Dang it. I guess I posted it as a story. I think I'm going to repost it to show the cool picture, but I guess I can just show you guys. This was the picture. It looks really cool. It's kind of tiny on here, but anyways, I'll repost it. It was on my Instagram yesterday, and I thought it would still be here today because it usually stays for like 24 hours, but I'm not seeing it. So maybe I'll repost it or something, because that one was fun. I love doing stuff like that, and everyone that was on the hike with me was, why do you do stuff like that? And to me, it's just, I don't feel like I get as scared as other people, because I do it all the time, first of all, so I'm a lot more comfortable with it. And then I also just like, I don't know, it makes me feel good, and so I like it. It's that kind of like excitement to my life, so it's nice. Let's see. Oh, I've been missing a lot of the comments. I meant, do they watch you guys' videos? Sorry. Oh, yes, Flinker. my family members do watch my videos. That's why I always try to tell my siblings that I love them and let them know that I'm here for them all the time if they ever need me. But also my parents watch it and probably a lot of order members. So I do need to be careful on what I say in some aspects, just because what I'm trying to be all about is just bringing awareness and shining a light on the order, bringing all of their, I don't know, hidden things that they're trying to hide and keep away, bring them to what's it called? Shine light on them, let everyone know what's happening, I guess, because they shouldn't be. I don't know. Anyways, that was a really bad explanation. But I still need to be careful because a lot of the times the order is always looking for anything that I say that they can get mad at me about and this and that and whatever. And I don't care that much, but I want them to understand that I'm on a lot of the order members' side. I really am. There's so many order members that are good people, and I'm trying to be like, hey, you have a right and you can not do everything the order is telling you to do. It's like I'm on your side. It's not like I'm trying to say that everyone in the order is bad. I'm not trying to fight with the whole order. All I'm trying to do is share what they are doing so everyone knows the truth. Bring it all up in the open so that the order members that are wondering and questioning for themselves can see both sides and understand what the church that they're a part of is actually doing. And so when they decide if they're going to pay that 10%, if they're going to stay a member or help the order in whatever ways that they do, they know what they're really helping. And so that's my goal. So to me, I feel like I'm helping both insiders and outsiders to be able to see and realize and understand the full story. So that's my goal. And I'm not trying to just pick out specific names and just like bash on people and just, I don't know. That's not the point. It's hard not to, and I know I slip up sometimes because I get upset. I have emotions too, and sometimes when I hear about the crazy and rude and wrong things that they do, then I get mad and I can't help but talk about it and share my thoughts on that. But overall, my goal is to be able to help. So, anyways, that's that round. What was that going off of? Let's see. Dana, that's a really good comment. I had no idea I was abused until I listened to someone else. I think that's so true. Because especially if you're experiencing it at a very young age, then you really don't know. You can think that just about anything is normal because that's what you've experienced. And so until you have other people to compare it to, until you're able to see other perspectives and kind of create your own belief system and what you understand, then you won't know. And so that's what I feel like is the hardest for a lot of order members. They feel like everything's fine, everything's great, because to them it's normal. To them it's fine if they get beat. It's okay if they don't have any money. It's okay if they don't have any say or control in their lives, because that's how it's been since they were a little baby. And it's like, no, if they just took one step on the outside, they would realize that that's not okay. That's not something that anybody would want. And so that makes me even more upset that there's people, people want to control that and take that away from people. When they themselves, that they know how valuable that freedom is. They know they would never want someone controlling them that way, but they'll go and do it to other people. It's like, sorry, it's just not right, Anyways. If I remember correctly, they didn't seek medical attention at any given point as it's what God wants, right? Oh, man. What was that from? Let's see. Did someone say... True, Dana, you don't know what abuse is because you were raised that it's normal and are unaware. That's true. Need like help lines and stuff. I know the order says the police are bad, but this means they will not call for help. I think there might be more to that, but I think the point for that is that a lot of the times in the order, they'll tell you the cops are bad, and they'll tell you to not go to them and that they're not going to be any help and stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of order members are just naturally afraid of cops. But yeah, if I remember correctly, they don't seek medical attention at any given point as it's what God wants, right? I wonder if there's more to that because it does depend on the situation, I suppose. But yeah, they, as a general rule, they don't like anything medically. They don't like any types of pills or medications. They feel like that's all drugs, and you should stop and stay away from that. Um, but one thing that's different, when I was in the order, there was no order doctors. And so it was like, well, sorry, when I was young in the order. And so I felt like it was like very, it's like so extremely rare to ever go to a doctor that it was almost like it was a bad thing to go to a doctor. And like they didn't, you just didn't do that really as an order member. But now that they have order doctors, it's very different. And I'm sure they still have a lot of the same beliefs about like the medications and stuff like that. But I hear that a lot more order members go to the order doctor and get the help from that doctor. So I'm sure it's a little bit different. I'm sure they're not as like hateful towards the medical field and stuff like that anymore. Um, but I also heard that they will prescribe eggshells and comfrey, and so that's a little bit odd, and that's something only an order doctor would do. So yeah. Anyways, um, let's see. You're dealing with unconscious minds and beliefs that were installed before critical thought engaged with many of the members since they were born into it. Yeah. I think that's the only way that the order survives because they start when they're really young and they do it generation after generation. So that it's like, even if the first generation was not fully convinced and they're just kind of there because they've been doing it their whole life and it's just what they do, the next generation I feel like is even more convinced because they see their parents, they see this older generation of people that just do it and that they believe that. And then the younger generation lives their whole life in that. And then it just gets easier and easier to convince them of whatever they want because they're so young and I don't want to say the word gullible, but basically that. Like you'll when you're young, you'll believe anything, and then if you just keep that belief your whole life, then it's very hard to change it and to understand anything else. Um. Oh, I am still upset at the bridge. Sure, lol. oh, that's right. I completely forgot about that. My last video was a bridge too. Sorry, my last live was on a bridge. That's completely different than my Instagram post though. Um, my last live, then yeah, I was in Moab and I got to go onto this bridge and I walked along the side of it, and so that was really cool too. So that was my about a week ago's adrenaline experience. So yeah, we'll see what the next one is. Hopefully every week I'll have a cool experience to share with you guys. But anyways. Yip gave us a heart attack, and you walked around, walked around on top of the bridge. Lulu had to keep looking away. Um, yeah, I wanted to go back and watch that video because I wonder what it looked like when I was holding the phone. For me, on the screen, it was super weird to watch from the screen, and I'd show it down on the bridge part, and it wasn't very nerve-wracking. But when I would hang my phone over the bridge, like above the water, then it just looked very nerve-wracking. You know, it was a lot more suspenseful. And so that was kind of scary. But I was the funny thing is I was more scared of dropping my phone and losing my phone because it's an expensive phone than I was of me falling and like getting hurt and stuff. But anyways, you're bringing awareness to the bad situation. That's true. That's the goal. Thank you, Lulu. And you taught us how to not be upset with the order. Yeah, I hope that's well. I hope I'm not doing it going too far to one end because I really do think we should be pretty mad at the order, especially the leaders and their organization as a whole. Then yeah, I think they're a piece of crap, and I really do feel like they need to fix a ton of stuff. In fact, I'd be okay with it being shut down. You know, like that's fine with me if somehow. Which I mean, that's there's not really a way to do that. But where am I going with this? I feel like I want to acknowledge and understand that there's good order members though. So it's just like in a city. If there was a city of all these bad people and like all this crazy stuff happening, there's still going to be good people in that city. That you can't just burn the whole city to the ground, right? You have to be able to basically, like, to me, I think one of the best ways to do it is shine a light on the things that are going wrong and either encourage them to stop that, or I mean, in a way, just let everyone know that those things are happening, and that's like, I don't know, show them why I guess they wouldn't want to be a part of those things, so that people can leave that city, or that hopefully there'll be changes, or not so many lives will have to be ruined because of it and stuff like that. And so, yeah. I don't know. I don't necessarily know if I hate the order, because it's hard. What do you mean by the order? Because the order is just a word that they give themselves as a title, and I don't hate all the members of that organization, and I know that there's good people in it, and so yeah, I just want to make it very clear that I do not support the things that they are doing, and that I want to help anyone that wants to be able to share their who wants to be able to get out of what their control is and to be able to share their part of it and to bring awareness to it. So that's my standpoint on it, and I hope it's clear. I don't know how I can make it more clear, and I hope I'm not coming across as it's just out of anger or anything like that. I'm trying to be as level-headed about it as I can, and to try to be realistic about it and bring up logical points that'll be beneficial and help people. And so that's what my goal is. And I'm not perfect though. So like I said, my emotions will get to me and I will get mad. And I think that's okay, because they are doing some pretty messed up stuff. And sometimes I feel like you need to be able to get upset when things are that messed up. But anyways, but I don't think it's going to be as helpful, and it's not going to be able to make as much of a difference if I'm just yelling and getting mad and just dissing on a bunch of people. I want really bad to control my emotions and not scream people's names out and tell them to stop. Because, this just made me think of a lyric. There's this song that I really love where he's talking about trying to help people that are in abusive families, and he's like, when I hear their stories, all I want to do is ask them for the father's number and call him up and just get mad at him. And then he stops and he realizes all that's going to do is make that father be more upset with the family and want to beat them more and just have more issues, you know? So it's like, you've got to be really careful about how you approach these situations, because I don't want to make it harder for the people that are going through these struggling, difficult issues, you know? But I don't want to see this horrible thing happening and then do nothing about it, you know? That's the last thing I would ever do. And so, yeah, anyways. Or say that it's okay. I definitely don't want to look like I'm supporting it or look like I'm okay with the things that they're doing. And so I want it to be very clear on that point for sure. Okay. Anyways, Lulu. Oh, you guys are having a whole conversation. Nice. There you go. Dana, was that when you had a family? Let's see. Sounds like a double-edged sword with the doctor prescribing that. Yeah, that's true. They need to practice what they preach, do unto others, and all that. Yet the higher ups have way more money privilege than the regular members trying to scrape by. Yep, that's true, Lulu. And it's tough. And it happens all the time. It's really sad. Telling people the cops won't help is what predators do. Exactly. Yeah. See, there's so many things that order members do that are like, would be in a predator's manual, or like a book of what creeps do, or like things like that. You know, they do so many things that how did she describe it? Amanda basically, related it to like Hitler. If you compare a lot of the things that crazy psychopaths do and like that Hitler did, and then compare them to the things that and the way that the order says stuff or like presents their ideas and things like that, then it's like shockingly similar, and it's scary. It's kind of terrifying actually if you think about it. But anyways, let's see. I should say the order members. I am not upset with the order itself. Yes. See, that's exactly what I thought at first too. But that that doesn't clarify it enough. If you just say I'm upset at the order members, but not the order itself. Oh no, I'm not upset at the order members, but I am upset at the order itself. That's not enough as well because the order is a representative of a church, and a church is a group of people. And so essentially, the members in the church, it's a lot more of one thing than just saying you're mad at the church and not at the people, because the people that are causing a lot of these issues, but it's not all of the people. And so that's why my clarification is basically at the bad actions of the people that are causing these issues. And I understand that there's some that aren't. There's some that are doing fine, that are good people, but a lot of them are not. And not only are a lot of them like, I'm not saying a lot of order members are doing bad things, but there's order members that are doing bad things, and then there are order members that are supporting those bad things and being a part of it. And both those are not okay. Just because you're not the one initiating the act of doing something bad or manipulating or taking advantage of other people, you supporting other people doing that is also bad. That it doesn't make it okay just because it's someone else. And so what my clarification is that the people that truly believe, or like that are truly trying their best to do good and like be a good person, and they just happen to still be in the order. I understand there are some good people in the order, but there's very clear, and there's so much evidence that you cannot avoid the fact that there are some very bad people in the order as well, and a lot of bad things that are happening. And I hate the excuse when they say, oh, well, there's bad people everywhere. And it's like, sure, but we don't go and support those bad people. We don't go and support those criminals. We don't go and be a part of them and take upon ourselves the same name of the organization as they do. And so it's like, I don't know. Anyways, but that's my point. There's some good people in the order, but there's some bad people, and a lot of people are supporting the bad people, and it's not a good thing. And the reason why I think it's okay to bring up the leaders is because there's a lot of evidence to show that they are the ones that are making a lot of the bad things happen, and they're in control of most of it. They are the head of the church. They are if anyone's a representative of the church, it's the leader himself and his brothers, those top people, the top leaders, the guys. And so, yeah, those are definitely the ones that I don't like and that I think are the issue, kind of, I would say. And so, but anyways, yeah, sorry. I thought that same thing in the beginning, though. But now that I've thought about it and really like been able to like reflect about my specific answer to that, I feel like there's a lot more to it. And so, yeah. Anyways, I think that bringing what happens in the dark, the bad stuff they're continually doing, is the way to make more members see that they can't have total blind faith in the leaders. Yeah, that's true, Lulu. And that, the way you say continually is so important, because if this only happened when I was there, then I would have moved on by now. I would have forgave and forget and just moved on with my life and be like, fine, this crazy stuff happened to me and my siblings, but we're out of here. It's fine. It's supposedly isn't happening anymore. I'll move on with my life. But the fact that it's still happening, that it's still going on, that it's not stopping, it's not over, is why I feel like I have to still do stuff about it. I still have to be a part. I still have to share people's stories and share that what is happening, because it's still going on and it hasn't stopped. And so, yeah, it's not just something that's in the past. I'm not just bringing up one instance that happened years ago and just keep bringing up the same thing. It's continually happening, and that's why I feel like we have to keep talking about it. We don't support murderers. That's true, Emma. Yeah, we don't want to support anyone that's doing things to take away other people's freedom and to manipulate people and to do illegal things, It's like we don't support that. Anyways. Hey, Eskel, don't know how long I can stay or how much I can commit, but hope you're having a good holiday. Thank you, Flickerfade. Well, I'm glad you made it to at least some of it. It has been an hour now, so I'll probably be wrapping up soon. that was a lot that we talked about. I feel like I don't know. I try to like think and like put a good amount of thought into the way that I'm presenting myself and the way that I'm sharing a lot of the times other people's stories and their experiences. Um, and it's hard. I mostly feel like I need practice and I know I'm going to get better at it over time. But even if I am not the best at it, I'm not like a professional speaker or anything like that. But I am one of the few that are willing to share the stories of these heartbreaking examples that are going on. And that I think it doesn't matter too much how it comes across or if I can speak it perfectly or anything. But the fact that I can and I'm able to share their stories makes me happy and makes me glad that I'm able to give them a voice. And I'm going to get better over time. So sorry if I'm a bit stuttery or if I say a lot, and I know that I do. I'm actually taking a speech class at college, and I gave a presentation, and they said they counted like 13 ums in my like 3-minute presentation or something like that. So I know I need to work on that, and the only thing that's going to help it is to keep doing it. So that's why I like these weekly lives, because it forces me to kind of get on here every single week to share updates, share examples, share new things that are happening, and just to talk, to be more interactive with you guys, and to get better at sharing the things that I'm told and sharing the updates and stuff like that. So, hey, Eskel, have you been to the Las Vegas Speedway? I have not, Dominic. That sounds fun, though. I like driving fast sometimes. I like going fast on my electric longboard. It goes 20 miles an hour, but sometimes I still wish it could go faster. But I don't know, it's still pretty fast. I don't know if any of you guys have rode an electric longboard, but riding a regular push one, it's rare you'll ever go 20 miles an hour on it, unless you're going like downhill or something. But the electric one, you can just go 20 miles an hour, super easy, and it's a lot of fun. Do you ever think about the life you could have had and the years you wasted? That's a good question, Emma. There are certain times where I feel like it hits me, especially like, in the shower thoughts that you have. I'll literally be like just sitting there thinking and pondering. Sometimes I'll lay awake at night for like super long, just staring up at the ceiling. And I'll just kind of be like, what it could have been like if what I think about a lot of the times, what kind of comes into mind is if I was born into not the order, basically. And I compare and think about how different things would be, what my perspective on life might be, what other, I guess, like goals or aspirations I'd have in life that would change, just how different my life would be, basically. And I don't know. I think it would be nice. It would definitely be awesome to not have to grow up being very confused. It would have been nice to not be so socially awkward when I was younger and stuff. Um, it would have been nice to not think that it was normal to live polygamy for the time of my life that I did, or to be around a ton of people that would like always try to convince me to believe their way and stuff like that. And I'm sure it would have been great and awesome. But every time I go and I think about it and I let myself fantasize what it would be like being with parents that I could be with all the time and that wouldn't um, only love me conditionally and stuff like that. But then I always tell myself to stop and eventually kind of put that all away and think about how what I have been through is going to make me better and how I can use it to either be a better example for my kids or to create a better future for the next generation or to be able to help more people in the world and things like that. And so even though I think about it and I do wonder what it might be like, and I'm sure there would probably be a lot of good things about it, I still like to mostly focus on my future and the things that I can change and how the crazy past that I've lived is still going to I'm able to take something from that and to make something good from it. So that's essentially my goal from it all. And I can't change the past or what happened, but I can definitely be a big impact or a big help on the future, and to do my best with that. So that's really my goal. Great question though. That took me back. I definitely have had a lot of thoughts on questions like that. Do you have any plans for today? I do have a ton of snacks and good food to eat, so that's kind of my plans. I am meeting up with Amanda later on today. Other than that, though, no real plans. Just kind of hanging out. I like to, whenever I do have opportunities to like meet up with Amanda and stuff, I don't have much plans at all. We just do whatever. Her and I both have this personality that we just like to fly by the seat of our pants and just kind of do whatever sounds fun at the time. And so when we meet up, it's very rare we have like a bunch of plans and things that we're gonna do. It's just like we meet up, we know that we need to do a couple of things. We either do them and then just do whatever, or we really just do whatever and then get to what we were gonna do in the beginning. And it's just nice because it's just super chill. It's like just whatever we want to do. If we want to change our plans, we can. If we don't want to do whatever we had planned, we can just do something else. And we always find fun stuff to do. So, Eskel, you're a bit of a daredevil, aren't you? Well, Flicker Fade, I like doing fun stuff. I like doing things that give me adrenaline. I don't know. If that's what a daredevil is, then sure, I guess so. I think what you're doing is huge and very educational for those of us never exposed to, more importantly, educating order members so they are aware and if they want help to leave. Yeah, and I'm glad you guys are so supportive about it, because a big part of me is like our videos, we're like sharing these crazy wild stories for just like anyone to hear, to like just like a lot of you guys, like there's there's not a lot of people that would I guess take these stories and take these situations that we're sharing on our YouTube channel and just think that it's normal, or like, I guess, what's the word for it? Anyways, sorry, back to the main question. We are trying to basically help the order members to leave. And so what I really appreciate is how there's a lot of you guys that see these stories and want to help and be a part of it too, want to be able to bring awareness to it, want to be able to send them stuff and send packages, want to be able to help and support in any way. And I think that's awesome. That's really cool. Even for me, I've been a little bit more aware of this, and I've been out for a long time. I've seen kind of like the kindness of a lot of people. But being able to see Jacob be like shocked, like completely shocked to see how there were so many people willing to help him. And I forgot how bad the order talks about outsiders and makes it sound like that they're just out to get you and that they're these horrible people. And then when you leave, you see that there are literally more outsiders willing to help and to be a part of the solution than the order members. That just get mad and just like don't even want any part of it anymore because you are leaving and stuff. And it's just like, I don't know. To me, it makes me feel good, and I love that. I love being able to be a part of a supportive community and to be able to see you guys so willing to help and to see that just like bring a smile to Jacob and to really make a difference and to be a part of that. That was really cool. And so, yeah, I think it's awesome. And I feel like that's why I love being able to kind of jump on this right now. And I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but it's been so easy to be like, oh, maybe later, maybe I'll do something later, or come up with more ideas in the future and stuff like that. But I love being able to get started now and have so much support and be able to learn and grow kind of in the process rather than waiting until I feel like I can finally do better at it or I'm better at editing and stuff like that, because I'm going to learn a lot by actually doing it for sure. But anxiety is the worst at night. The guilt sets in. I'm not scared of the dark, but yeah, I know when I'm all alone and like at night, then sometimes I like start deep thinking about a lot of stuff. But anyways, I hope I didn't upset you. No, Emma, I love the examples that you shared, because like that comment that you said about the order members and the order itself, I'm glad you brought that up, because I thought that exact same way. And I'm not like judging anyone at all. Like a lot of people they're upset at certain people, and a lot of people just completely hate the whole order as a whole because they just do. And I'm not saying I'm upset. I'm not bashing on anyone. I love the comments that you're sharing. I love you guys sharing your point of views and your ideas. And I just, when I share mine, I feel like I have to just be very particular in the way that I share it, because I have multiple audiences, and it's not just outsiders and order members, but there's order members that are really against me. There's order members that are questioning and really want to know. There's order members that want to leave and want to be able to have their story be heard. And there's outsiders, and there's people that are curious and interested and want to find out more about it. And so, um, it's, for me, it's just, I guess I maybe I overthink about it all, but I just want to at least be very clear at those specific points in what I'm sharing. And then a lot of it is just like, if I make a mistake, then I'm sorry. Like, I'm human. I get upset. I have emotions, and things happen. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think that people should not be able to make mistakes. I think everyone's going to make mistakes, and if you were basically walking on eggshells your whole life, that would suck. And so no one should have to do that. But you can't continually keep making your mistakes, and you can't justify it in the wrong ways and stuff like that. So anyways, sorry, I spent a lot of time on that. I should really be wrapping things up. We're at 1 hour and 16 minutes. I think my timer shows 1 hour and 16 minutes. I think that's right. I love you and Amanda, honestly. Thank you, Julie. I love my sister too. She's pretty great. That's how I operate. Replans, and all my friends are the same, but none of my family is, and it causes a lot of conflicts. Haha. Yep, I feel your flicker fade. Family, it's so hard, because family means everything. Family is so important, and they mean the world to you. But then it's so times, and there's so many arguments and fights and stuff like that. I feel for you. I think it can be hard, for sure. That's why I am so appreciative of my sisters. My sisters and I have a bond, and we are like a forever family. And I don't know. We think a lot alike, and we get along really well, and it's awesome. And I appreciate that a ton. It's the best relationship I think I'll ever have. Oh, still live. Awesome. Was doing an egg hunt. Oh, welcome back. I hope you found some good eggs. I love it when egg hunts have actual money or cool things in them, because I get sick of the candy after eating just a few of them. But hopefully you had a fun one. I think those are always cool. I'm still working on watch hours. You have to be getting close. Oh, you weren't here. You should watch. Well, you don't need to watch. I'll just explain it. The beginning of the video, I was saying how I finally am monetized. I know this one isn't, but I finally got enough hours, and so I'm going through the process of monetizing my channel. That's why it's kind of like a big celebration for my 10th live next week, and Amanda's 20th. We'll be giving away a free cup, doing a little raffle thing, so be there. The people that are there on the live and interacting in the comments, we're literally going to just take their names out of the comment section, put it in a bowl, and pick someone. And whoever gets picked, we will send you a free coffee cup, and not just any coffee cup, but it's going to be a customized one by Amanda and I. At first, it was just going to be Amanda, but she strongly encouraged me to add something to it as well, so it can be customized by the both of us. So I'm going to be practicing my art skills a little bit and see what I can do. So I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. I think this is a perfect place to end. So you guys are just reminded about the next week's live and how awesome it's going to be. So don't miss it. We'll probably post more details about it, because we don't plan well enough to know the exact time. My guess is it's going to be somewhere between 2 and 6, but we will see. But yeah, anyways, I think this is a good live. We're at 1 hour and 19 minutes. So thank you all so much. And I really hope you guys are in the next live. I think it's going to be fun. We're just going to try to come up with extra special things to share in it as well, and just to make it a fun live, since it's just a big one. It's her 20th live for Amanda, and my 10th live ever. So I think that's exciting. It's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Have a good week. What else was I gonna say? Well, we are at 100 or an hour and 19 minutes, so I probably should just end it. But there was one more thing. I know what I wanted to share. Maybe I'll think of it. It's probably gonna take me a minute to end this live, anyways, because my computer's been so weird. I still do not see my screen, so I've just been checking my phone every once in a while, making sure the live is still going, and the live seems to be going just fine. Like everything's all right, but my screen is just being super weird. Fine, like everything's all right, but my screen is just being super weird. So hopefully it ends. I'm going to click the end button here. If it doesn't end, somebody let me know. Okay? All right, see you guys. Have a good week.